online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Not into rap, but I like this song.
Lady got a little suit.
Hello, everybody out there watching, and this is the first episode of Kocktails with Khloe, and that's with a K. We have a really great show for you guys today. This is a really fun show, and I'm really excited for the season. So, everybody, say welcome to my amazing co-host over here. Tell us your name, your Instagram, your Twitter, everything.
All right, I'll start. Hi, guys. My name is Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
Hello, everyone. It's Laila Sadny. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter. It's at Laila Sadny.
You guys are lucky you have like all in one. And,
Keep it simple.
And I'm Justine DiVanna, and you can find me on Twitter at... No, that's my Instagram. I was about to say my Instagram. My Twitter is Justine DiVanna 3, and then my Instagram is Let's Face It with Justine. And I'm a professional makeup artist, and on there, this is actually the Kylie Jenner lip duplicate, and I have a little video on there if you guys are interested. So check it out.
Is that the Dolce K, or which one is that?
Yes, this is the Dolce K. I think
Ooh, I like
there's
it.
a lot going on.
It's deep. It's cranberry. I'm digging it.
Well, speaking of deep, we have a deep show tonight. I mean, it's not really deep. I'm kind of being sarcastic. It's all
deep
fun.
enough.
It's deep enough. It's all fun. It's all good. Okay, so let's start off with episode 1 here. And we have Khloe and Kendall in the kitchen, and they're basically talking about how they're excited to start the show and how there's special guests coming in. And we have our first guest, and it was Kim Whitley.
Kim Whitley. Mm-hmm.
And she's from...
That's So Raven. She's also done a few voiceovers in the Boondocks, if anybody's into that cartoon.
She from Young and Hungry, or was that the wrong one?
I believe she is as well.
Huh. Okay. And the second guest is Brandi Glanville from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which I don't watch.
Yes.
Do you guys watch it?
I've seen a few episodes of it, but I know her mostly from the whole love triangle with Eddie Cibrian and Leanne Rimes.
Definitely.
That's what I know her from.
We're getting into that later. That's a little bit of another topic.
Juicy.
Yes, juicy and deep, like we said. And our third guest is Aisha Tyler.
Aisha.
Yeah. See, I feel bad. I really don't know who these people are, so you guys gotta
You may
let
know
them
her as a host of Whose Line Is It Anyway? She's new, so she's also an actress as well. So she's making her way around the entertainment industry one day at a time, so good for her. And we also had one more special guest who came a little later from the Doghouse.
He showed up late in Fashionably Late, right?
Yes. Late. And that's how we had his song playing in the beginning, which I don't even know it. So
Gin and Juice.
Are they gonna have different guests every episode? It's not gonna be always them, right?
Yes.
Correct.
That's what I thought. Good. I wanna see some more of some other people.
Definitely.
Which I think is cool because it's a mix of chemistry all the time. It's not going to be the same thing every time.
Yeah. Let's be guests.
I know.
Do you think we're interesting enough?
I would like to play those games that they were playing.
I know.
It looks fun.
That would be fun. So let's get into these games that they had. And the first one that they did was the Swiper game. And it's basically who you want to bang.
Yeah.
And they had like a bunch of different people. And you had to swipe either yes or no.
Pretty much the large version of Tinder, like with playing with your friends.
That is so true.
Wait, that's right.
Swipe right.
Except they will not swipe for you, and you pretty much cannot even have a chance with them. Exactly. Because they're all celebrities.
Hopeful thinking, people.
Hopeful thinking. Speaking of hopeful thinking, Michael B. Jordan was the first one. And
From Creed.
what do you guys think of him? Tell me.
He's a good actor.
You'd have to go because I
He's
really
charming.
know him too well.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy, and I feel
like.
like he's classy. Like I kind of like that about him. If you saw him in the movie, he was very into his role. You can tell he's very dedicated and clearly all about his craft of being this great actor. So I think he's probably a good guy. Not too bad of a choice for any hopeful bachelorettes.
What do you think?
I don't know him, so I can't really. I know who I out of that game. I know who I would pick.
Okay. Well, let's get to the next one. O'Shea Jackson Jr. Am I saying this right?
Yeah.
O'Shea.
Jesus, I'm bad with names.
Yeah.
Don't know who that
Of
is.
course,
So
he was in
you guys
Straight
go.
Outta
Ice
Compton.
Cube's son, I believe.
Straight Outta Compton. He played Ice Cube. He played his dad in the movie. He did an awesome, phenomenal job. He's a great actor. So that talent is.
Oh, I'm really bad
Attractive.
with names. When you put a face to it. Yeah. Okay,
Brings
that
it all
makes
back.
sense. And then we had Kate Blanchette. I love how they threw a girl in there.
Keep it
I
exciting.
know.
or
Keep it
something, right?
classy. Keep it going both ways. Have a little fun. But I think she's a good-looking woman as well. She's very sophisticated looking, and clearly she has her head on her shoulders. She's a great actress. So anybody be lucky to have little old Kate.
Kate Blanchett.
They all said they were going for her, except for Khloe. Said she likes her women with a little more.
Yeah,
curves.
Kim agreed on that one. They were like, more cushion for the pushing, as they
Cool.
said.
Oh, I like that. More pushing for the pushing. Would you be pushing on her?
No, I no.
I agree.
I like men.
I agree, and honestly, she's this. I'm not a lesbian, but she's not my type of woman. If that makes any sense.
Exactly. Like I'd want a woman that was curvy and like
Yeah.
More
lipstick.
sensual.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, on my YouTube channel, I did with one of my good friends. It was all about the Oscars, best dressed, worst dressed. She had a terrible outfit, and it was terrible. And I think it like put it back because I didn't really know her, so I think I'm kind of just
Okay.
like thinking of that outfit.
She usually
Not
makes.
feeling
I
it.
mean, she usually makes a pretty great statement on the red carpet. Like at all the award shows, she's one that they look to see like how she dresses. I mean, she usually does a great job, but it's
know.
like sometimes there's a
Hit or
little
miss.
flop in there, you know.
All right, well, this next one,
Yeah,
I
agree with you.
I don't think anyone's gonna miss this one. John Stamos.
Hello, Jesse.
Oh boy, Uncle Jesse, I'm not feeling it. Weird. I know. I think it was the booty picture. It just turned me off. I can't see a man
He's
with his
hotter now
booty
than
out.
he was then.
He doesn't age, that man. He is so beautiful.
Yeah, come on, John Stamos.
Okay, he's good looking, I will say, but he's not my type.
Oh my god.
I know I might be a
Yeah.
shocking outlier.
Out of
over
all
here.
of them, he would be the one that.
Oh yeah, me too. For you, who is?
I
who'd you
mean,
pick?
I'm liking Michael Fassbender.
Okay.
I wouldn't say his look would be my entire like ideal thing, but I will say I like his personality as far as what I've seen in interviews and as far as the characters he portrays. He's got a lot of depth, which is always intriguing in a man, I would say.
I know,
Personality is key.
Oh yeah, I mean totally. I'm not all about looks, but I mean, I think
But it doesn't hurt.
It'd be like who you're gonna bang.
Yes, it's not who you're gonna date, have a
Yeah,
relationship
right?
with. It's who you're gonna.
Okay, I mean, there you go.
Oh, speaking as you're drinking, I'm thinking, guys, we're gonna be drinking next week.
Yes,
we
we
weren't
will.
really prepared for the wine.
This is so true.
Cocktails with Khloe. We're gonna have our own cocktails.
We're gonna have our own cocktails. We're gonna have our own drinking games.
Exactly. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The next one was what was the next one we had? Prank calls.
Oh.
This one was really funny, and Kendall made a prank call to Kim, and Kim, her sister, not the Kim on the show, obviously.
Kardashian West.
Yes, and she basically called and said she was pregnant.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about Kim's reaction?
She was so cool about
She
it. I
was
was
so
shocked.
like not even surprised, so like calm. I think it was a combination. Well, I think it's mostly because she was saying how tired she was because the new baby and how she was.
She's all about being a mom now.
Yeah,
so.
she's not going to really talk Kendall out of having a baby. She's like in baby bliss with her newborn. So
Makes a lot of sense.
I thought Kendall did a pretty good job of
playing it off,
being
huh?
Kendall and playing it off.
Yeah.
I was shocked she didn't ask, who's the daddy?
Yeah.
All I was thinking was like, who did it?
I wanted to know because was it
Kim
Khloe?
said.
Khloe made a comment and said, or Kim said.
think it was Kim.
Kim said, I know who the lucky guy would be.
Harry
think?
Styles.
Oh, Justin Bieber.
They were caught on that. Yeah, I'm just
yeah.
saying. So
Harry Styles. I don't think anyone understands. I wasn't a One Direction fan, and now that they're older and hotter and their music, I'm not into long hair. This is a wig, so I have really short hair, and I'm not into guys that have longer hair than me. What do you guys think about? Well, you guys have long hair, so you don't have to worry about that.
like guys with long hair, personally.
I'm liking it short.
Really?
But a guy can do a good man bun and pull it off sometimes, I will say.
Man buns are cute, but when you take that man bun out, it better not be longer than my hair.
Better not have better hair than me, is all.
I'm not fighting with you over the mirror.
Say that you're like in bed with a guy, and then they have a man bun, and you're just like, okay, pull it out, and their hair's down to their ass. Like, no, thank you.
Yes. If you can braid it, no.
No. Speaking of sex, we have to talk about the Mile High Club. And
Oh boy.
Khloé gave a little insight that you don't want to know, and I think it's crazy that she refers to Bruce like nonchalantly, like Bruce is still here, not
Yes.
Caitlyn. That Bruce and Chris had sex in an airplane, and they made a statement saying that welcome to the Mile High Club. Would you guys?
Mrs. Jenner.
Would you ever do that?
Have
I
I,
think
or
so.
would I?
I would. I think it'd be fun if you got the opportunity with the guy you're with. You know, why not? If it's quiet, though, I mean, a commercial airline, it's like...
Oh, those bathrooms are so gross, but I would.
So tiny.
I would. It just has to be you'd have to be very creative and...
Do your yoga.
I mean, if it's private jet, that'd be another story, you know?
Well, I need a guy before I can do that. I mean, I guess I don't need a guy. I could pick any guy on a plane, but, you know, I'm always single, so I don't really see that happening. Do you guys have boyfriends, significant others?
I do. For almost 2 years now. How about you guys?
I do.
What? Why is everybody... I'm the only one that's ever single.
That's not bad. I was single for 4 years before being in my last relationship, and I loved it.
I was single for a long time, too.
I've been single...
Enjoy it, girl.
Well, I've had like one boyfriend my entire life because both I'm crazy, but not in a bad way. I'm like a wild, fun crazy, and they're like, I don't know, I can't handle. I just hate guys.
I feel ya.
Let's move on.
Let's not even get on that topic, right?
All right, so what do we have here next? We have that. All right, we already went through that. There was a lot that happened this episode.
Yeah, there was a lot. And the little bartender guy that was making them their drink recipes.
He was so cute. I love how in the back he was just like they were having conversation about like crazy shit, and he's just like this in the back, and I'm just like,
Sharon was his name.
Yes, he was getting all kinds of attention from the ladies, especially Kim wanted him for a little dessert after the cocktails.
Yes.
Every time you say Kim, I'm like, which one?
KYM, I should say.
Until Snoop showed up, and then she was talking about all kinds of craziness about putting him between her legs and braiding his hair. Yes. Yes.
Ew!
Yes.
No, I will. No, thank you with Snoop Dogg. What do you guys think? Like Snoop Dogg? Speaking of banging,
no, definitely not bang Snoop Dogg. I would love to kick it with Snoop Dogg. I'd love to hang out with him.
Yeah.
He would be so fun.
He'd be fun at a kickback. I feel like having some real deep conversation.
Yeah.
He has deep conversations because pretty much he's
the marijuana
smokes
king.
weed
all day, every day.
Well, yeah, and then we find out that Snoop just started a new website, maryjane.com, which is an encyclopedia of marijuana for people that want to come out of a closet. These are his words. Come out of the closet as smokers. They're not closet smokers anymore. Now you can get the encyclopedia.
Smoking is,
with all the terms, you know?
Yeah.
It's a big part of culture.
It is, and I think that more people are coming out of the closet. Like, it's more
acceptable.
Yeah, it's more acceptable now.
Washington, Colorado legalizing it, so it's like it's only a matter of time before it's more widely accepted.
I mean, California too. You know, it's not legal,
but yeah,
there's stores everywhere.
A little more,
a little more acceptable than other parts of the country.
It used to be really hush hush, like, what you're like smoking, like you don't want to talk about it, but talking about it. What about you guys? Be honest. Do you guys smoke?
I can't say that I do anymore, but I definitely have tried it in the past. I feel like several people do try it in the past. And you know what? It's a thing that you can either keep with you or not. But if you are going to smoke, then keep up with your priorities, people. Don't make this stoner stereotype perpetuated any more than it needs to be.
No, I've tried it. But I don't, I think that it's, a lot of people do use it for medical reasons and medical reasons,
headache, back pain.
Yeah, not even don't get obliviously messed up. But if it does help you with something, I think that's great. I think it's better than taking prescription medication.
Yeah, I mean, people take smoking weed to a whole new level. I had an old roommate. She smoked literally when she woke up. In the middle of waking up and breakfast, it was serious.
Wow.
Yeah. Teach their own, I guess. I don't know.
That's my opinion. Smoker. I've smoked a few times. I'm not going to pretend I didn't, but I'm too hyped. you'd think because I'm hyper would mellow me out. I don't know. I have anxiety, and people says that helps anxiety. No, I literally thought I was going to die the first time. And then, sounds like I'm talking about sex, the first time I almost died. No, but like, I hate it. I hate it, but I respect it. I'm always like to my friends, yeah, we gonna smoke tonight? Meaning, are they gonna smoke? I'm gonna watch. I feel like I could kick it with Snoop Dogg because, like, he probably talks so intensely, and everyone just thinks I'm on drugs to begin with, and I'm not, so it would work really good.
Hey, that's fun. Are you more of a drinker then, possibly?
Yeah, you know what? I used to be really into drinking, and I've just kind of calmed down because, you know, I could get hungover from like 2 drinks. So
I love how hangovers now last 2 days.
Oh, they're killer.
Like, I mean, come on.
High school days was easier though. I feel like it was
high school
cool.
days, like early college, man, you could get drunk, and then the next day you could get up and go run a freaking marathon and go to work, and you were fine.
Take your test and
now
ace
it's like I'm dead for 2 days with like Netflix and takeout, and
I'm sick and I need greasy food.
Yeah. It hurts now.
Drinking. I've always been like that though. Even when I was younger, a lot of times people are like, oh, as you get older, you're getting old. I'm like, no, I've been like this since I was younger. And, you know, drinking doesn't always sit well with me. I've done really stupid things, and I don't think it's my age. How old are you guys, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 25, turning 26 on February 4th, so coming up real soon here, peeps.
I'm 30.
No way.
Yes, wow, looking amazing.
No
30
way.
goals right here.
Thank you.
I would not have guessed that. I wouldn't because, like, you know, I don't like to ask unless I think you're young. I mean, that is young, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
And
turned
how old are
25
you?
Just turned 25.
See, that's awesome. So you can now rent a car. How does that feel?
Yes, you can rent a car.
Yeah. And everyone's like, you know what? Great year. You can rent a car. I'm like, yeah, there you go.
So I have that to look forward to.
Yeah, like really, who gives a shit if I can rent a damn car? Actually, I think I have to rent a car because my car right now, I don't know if you guys have realized, where are you guys from?
Vegas, and also, yeah, I loved it. Let me say, Vegas was amazing to grow up in. There's so much to do.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, everyone was like, do you do drugs all day and all this? I'm like, no, I went to Wet and Wild. I went to the arcades. I did everything, the buffets.
I just got back from there last week. So much fun.
Oh my gosh, Vegas is everything.
I grew up in Ohio, in like a really small town.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went to college in South Florida, in Miami. So little.
Never
Look
been
at
to
you
Miami.
on the other side of the coast and
Yep.
back to the beach.
Well, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Jersey. And I worked in New York. And, you know, I pretty much consider like New York, New Jersey the same thing because I've worked there. I was really close to it. And, yeah.
That's so cool. I feel like New York has the best people. I love them there. Everybody there is very boisterous and personable. So I dig it. I like going over there.
You know, and everyone says that, like, you can rent a car. And so, what I was getting at was LA. Have you guys noticed that LA traffic and people are so bad? Like, everyone's like, oh, you're from the East Coast, they probably suck at driving. Like, no. I have gotten into more accidents here.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Knock on wood, this isn't wood, but yeah, me too. LA driver, I mean, I shouldn't start
They,
bashing.
like, speed up when
Well, you
you're
know
trying to get in.
Yeah. And it can be gridlock,
Purposely.
bumper to bumper, on the 405.
And the worst thing is when it rains. The few times it does rain in LA, it's like a blizzard anywhere else. Like,
People are
the
like-
world is ending.
People are going, like, 20 miles. And I'm like, come on. Like, I'm so used to
like
freaking
we were driving in like
blizzard.
Yeah, blizzard, literally blizzard.
Like, I one time drove on a sheet of ice.
Yeah, black ice where you can't remember the roads.
It's
you can't,
the worst.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know how we got on that topic.
You're not used to that.
No, I'm like, oh, boy.
Like, what are you guys talking about?
I went to Big Bear, and I'm like, the chains were enough.
Chains.
The chains
Do you
for the
think
ice.
Snoop Dogg's been in chains, right? I know we're going back to Snoop
We're
Dogg.
going back to Snoop
There was-
with the
you know,
chains.
I liked when Snoop showed up because I think he brought a lot of like comic relief, and also he also like steered a lot of serious conversations. I was surprised on the questions he was asking, and
I didn't
talking
expect
about the whole East Coast West Coast beef and the whole Biggie Tupac murders, and then also like how I think he asked Aisha how she feels about the entertainment industry in Black Hollywood.
And she asked Kendall he asked Kendall if she feels more pressure growing up in
The Kardashian
Her answer
family.
was interesting.
What do you think, you guys, you know, growing up for the, like, if you guys were not only the Kardashians, but famous, you know, she even said that she didn't have a chance to really know what it's like. Would you guys want that, or would you want to work for your fame? and have a normal childhood?
I would absolutely want to work for my fame and have a normal childhood. I think, it's interesting that she was saying how her and Kylie kind of grew. They don't know anything different. I mean, I just can't imagine that's all like that was your childhood. It also probably has them a little more, because they've had it all along. It's not like they were just hit with it. Maybe they can handle it a little bit better than others.
It's like their life.
Yeah.
I so agree. I feel like you'd miss out on a lot of like milestones and being in school and kind of going through all these changes inside and outside and not in the public eye. Like we've all gone through those horrible breakups or lost a ton of friends or like made new friends or did the whole like blue eyeshadow crazy like
that
3
haircut.
shades too dark foundation and that was never in front of the public eye.
Yeah.
So that was a lot easier for us to deal with.
Plus
I feel like
they're critiqued more too because the public did see them grow up. How Kylie gets so much smack about her looks and her appearances.
Oh, absolutely.
And what did she do to her lips? So I wouldn't want to deal with that. How about you?
Go to my channel to see how you can get lips without surgery.
yeah.
Not surgery, Juvederm. I'm not opposed to it though because it's not like you're going under the knife. It'll go away in 6 months if you're over. Try it out. Like who cares? Do what you got to do. I think that growing up, I would rather work for it because I got to know, you get to learn your life experiences. One, you don't have to be in front of the camera. 2, it teaches you, life skills, and it makes you appreciate working for it. They didn't work for it; they were born into it.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't be there for the most part without the Kardashians. The Kardashian names. And I remember an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians when I guess Kendall got her period, and it was on TV.
I mean, that's awful. I mean, that's traumatizing already. Let alone
when your family alone hears about it, you're like, no, shh.
It's a topic on your show. It's a topic on the show. That's a topic.
Like I was afraid to tell my mom, let alone the whole world. It's embarrassing.
Oh, I so agree.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to go through all of that on camera, but then again, you get the fame, you get the money, you get the status.
Opportunity.
So it's definitely not the worst thing in the world either.
I mean, Kendall, she's awesome. And she's a supermodel, but I think obviously because of the family and her status, like that kind of helped her become, there's a ton of gorgeous, tall girls that are trying to be supermodels, and I'm sure she's had obviously a little added.
That's what I was gonna ask you guys. Do you think that she got it strictly because, not strictly, but because has the Kardashian name, or do you think she worked for it because she is stunning and she definitely has it? Like I think no matter what, she'd get there.
Yeah.
But I think maybe
she's gonna have to work a little harder.
Yeah,
it would take a little bit longer, naturally. I really do think so as well. And I saw an episode years back when she was younger, and they asked her, "Do you want to be a model, Kendall?"
She did,
but she had a little hesitation when she was younger. She was kind of too young to really want it yet, so she was a little she
was a tomboy.
Yeah, when they were trying to teach her how to strut her stuff. Exactly.
Remember that episode? The kids took her to New York.
Yeah, they were like, "Do it."
Yeah, and she it wasn't that she didn't want it. I think I read and I saw something, she always wanted to be a model, but at that age you're like, I want to go hang with my friends, and
exactly.
she didn't want to work. She's like, I'm already working enough doing the show. Probably,
exactly.
But
and when she realized her potential, she probably was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Right? Where did she come from? She's so tall.
Amazonian.
That family
Jenner.
is so short.
It blows me away. The younger
Bruce or Caitlyn is tall.
What about, is Kylie?
She's pretty tall.
Kylie's
she's not
pretty tall,
Kendall
too.
tall, but she's tall. The other, Kardashians
5'6", 5'7".
are short.
I like not being tall. I don't know about
Me
you guys.
too. I'm 5'2", and
Me too. Yeah. 5'2". How tall are you?
5'5".
That's
I like it.
Not even remotely tall. It's so funny because my sister's 5'7", 5'8", and she's younger than me. We're only 19 months apart, but we're like this. And growing up, I hate it. I would stand on my tippy toes pictures. Everyone's like, is she older? And now people are like, oh, is she older? I'm like, yeah, okay.
you're used to it at this point, totally.
Oh, I don't mind. I like being tiny, especially because guys are like, I love that you're small. So I'm like,
I know,
okay.
it works for you. At first, I thought when I was younger, I thought I was going to hate being small. I'm like, girls look so beautiful when they're tall. But you really learn to embrace yourself and kind of dig whatever you have. And then you realize guys don't hate it either. They like small and short girls and they dig it. So, but they like tall women too. Each his own,
That's why growing up...
Embrace yourself.
Yeah. I mean, that's why growing up in front of the spotlight, going, into that, I think that it's harder, like to get to know who you are, because you're having so many people tell you who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fat. Oh, you're skinny.
Oh gosh, you're critiqued. And look at what Khloé has gone through it, with her body. I mean, she was the fat Kardashian sister, and she looks great now. She worked her butt off, but I mean, they're picked apart.
Yeah, so growing up in the spotlight, I think you're learn to grow up faster, and at the same time not. Because people say you grow up faster, you build a thicker skin, but at the same time, it takes you longer to know who you are.
Mm-hmm. And you get beat down so much with criticism, I think it's hard to maintain your self-confidence in the public eye. I really do.
Well, Snoop was saying on the show about how he was giving such praise to Kris, their mom, about how she kind of molded the whole family and
into women. Yeah. That was sweet.
Yeah.
Are you guys a Kris fan? Kris Jenner fan?
I think she has good intentions, but her actions can go astray. She has to be a manager and a mom, so that's
hard. It's a hard.
Don't have your mom as a manager.
I think I think that's the problem. The fact that she's a manager and their mom, and I also think she is obviously portrayed a certain way that I don't think she is in real life.
Yeah,
I think people always want to make a character out of someone for reality or for whatever, for press.
That's a good point.
So
yeah, I mean, definitely agree with that. I also think it sounds great when you're close to your mom, dad, whoever. Oh, they should be my manager. But it's almost like living with a friend.
Oh, gosh.
So you're close to them, but it's a disaster when you live with them. I would never have my mom as my manager. My mom wants to be like my accountant because I suck with like money.
That's different.
That's good. They know how to do a checkbook. Well, they got a mortgage and all that fun stuff.
Like the whole thing, like, don't mix business and friendship. And I mean, it can be very true. And then, I mean, it's your mom. So there's a little bit of rivalry because I think she favors certain sisters more. Kim. Probably Kendall now.
I think Kylie too.
I think Kylie. Kylie's apped like #1 out of all the Kardashian apps, I believe.
Yeah.
So
you know what? I hate when people are like, I hate her, I love her, when you don't know them. I just love her makeup, her style.
Yeah, her makeup's great.
Awesome style. For her age, I'm blown away. Yeah. But she also has access to like the hottest fashion designers in her family and at her fingertips. So really, that's like 10 times more advantageous than the average person. But get it, girl. You're looking good.
Yeah, I just think her transformation is like awesome. Like she looks incredible.
Hate when people, especially as a makeup artist, because I'd love to get my hands on her, but not that way.
Hey, Kylie.
Maybe other ways. Just kidding. I don't like girls. But I think that the whole, even they were talking to Kendall, going back to like, how does it feel to grow up in the limelight? And I think that, what do you guys think about Kylie and getting lip injections and getting whatever she's gotten to look different? Because I personally think, like, do what you gotta do. I don't understand why people care. It's not you. Why do you care? And the people that comment, like, why?
I agree with you.
The trolls online can be bad, and they are just vicious.
They have nothing better to do. They're like, jealous, picking people apart. But I agree with you. I think if there's something that you can do to make yourself more confident or to just feel better, then why not do it? I mean, if it's not hurting you, it's not hurting anyone else, and you can.
I think it's about going overboard.
Yes, exactly.
So you want to get your lips done, just add a little bit. You want to do something, but it becomes a problem when you are gorgeous like Kim, and then you turn into getting so much surgery. Like it's.
Then you're on botched before you know it, and boom.
I mean, you want to be a little natural. I mean, I think that's beautiful. But if there's a few little things,
nip and tuck, I would say.
You don't realize the transformation until you look at before and after pictures. Like I used to think,
Kim?
I used to think she was stunning. I really, truly, it's not like I'm jealous, I want to be a Kardashian. I don't like her look anymore. She really looks fake.
Looks different, I would say. I can't even recognize her from a few years back.
She's also gotten a little, she's not old by any means, she's beautiful, but she has gotten a little older, so I think, she is very, obviously, conscious of like how she looks, and being a mom of two, that maybe it's kind of making her like, I need to be young, I
know. And what do you guys think about the whole stereotype of once you're a mom, you can't really embody your sexiness anymore?
That's ridiculous.
God.
No.
Right?
I mean, it's 2016.
Right. I totally agree. And I feel like women, they're kind of looked down upon sometimes for being too sexy, even posting pictures on Instagram or this or that. And I know Kourtney has really kind of been demure on her Instagram. I don't see anything that's really crazy. I mean, she posts some ab shots here and there, but but nothing really, that's not classy. So I will hand it to her for really kind of finding the balance, because people will find anything to kind of pick at and say, especially after you become a mom.
Yeah, because remember when Kim did that magazine cover when she was showing her butt, how everyone tore her apart, like you're
the paper magazine.
But you're a mom. Why are you doing that? I think that you should still be allowed to be sexy as a mom, like
I said about the surgeries, it's just, there's a certain point. You could do a little bit, be hot, but there's no, I think it's ridiculous. You can still be sexy as a mom, but the whole paper magazine cover, that was just insane. I don't even think to be a mom that was weird. I think it was just weird.
In general, yeah.
Right.
Yes, I agree.
I wasn't feeling the hairstyle. That was my big thing.
I mean, I like little
all the things.
I wish we had a little visual to show you guys, but I think most people are aware of what we're talking about.
It broke the internet, allegedly.
Yes, it did break the internet.
But her ass, speaking of her ass, do you guys follow her on Instagram?
I do.
Because she just posted a picture. I wish we could show it. Most people follow her, but she did a picture, and I don't understand why she does flashbacks or Throwback Thursdays when she obviously looked better before. I guess she doesn't think that. And she's so big on telling everyone that her ass is real. She's laying on a car in a Juicy Couture jumpsuit, and her ass is not as big. So why is she fighting that her ass is real when she literally posted a picture? Have you seen that?
I haven't.
I have to go check it out on Instagram.
We'll have to see it.
It's ridiculous. Do
you believe it's not? Oh, that was the next question. I mean, she did that whole test in that one episode where they checked and they said there was no, injections.
Do you think that if it really was, if it really showed up that they would allow that to
I know. They're no,
they'd be I'll sue you if you do it.
Who knows? Maybe.
But I feel you can tell if there's injections through an X-ray, but at the same time, I feel
you can also do exercises to make your butt lifted and
squat.
Not like that.
Not like that, but a little bit.
But do you think in an X-ray it would show if you got the injections? Do you think it would show?
That's questionable.
I feel it wouldn't.
It might be hard.
No, it would show implants. It wouldn't show injections.
Exactly. So
injections are soluble. They go into your body chemistry.
So she's oh yeah, my ass is real, and I'm bitch, we don't even you can't see it on an X-ray if you got it injected. Please.
This is true. This is true.
Oh, Kardashians. I was just about to say, we're always talking about a Kardashian, and I remembered this is a Kardashian show, so.
What did you guys think of, so it was the first episode of the season. How did you think Khloé did? Because she has hosted before. I think she's
America's Got Talent.
She did a little after show for one of the award shows that.
She did?
Yeah, for E.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which after show?
She did an after show for one of the music award shows, and I wish I could remember right now. It wasn't the Grammys, maybe the American Music Awards or something. It's Kanye kind of crashed the interview and started talking about people that won that shouldn't have won, and it was kind of interesting.
Well, I feel like she did a pretty good job tonight. I knew she was kind of nervous. She mentioned that in the first few minutes of the episode. She's I'm so nervous, in front of all her guests. And they were telling her, calm down, everything's okay. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, after she had a cocktail or two, and so did her guests, I felt like everything was kind of moving along, and playing drinking games and opening up about your deepest, darkest secrets doesn't hurt either.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think she did better than the X Factor. That was terrible.
But it was awkward.
But she's in the comfort of her own house. So,
right.
I don't know if that's her house. Maybe it's a set, but
it is a set. I read that they had 22 hidden cameras. It was taped prior.
Hidden cameras?
Yeah, hidden cameras in the house, basically.
Why?
Just to get different angles of the show, so they wouldn't have to feel like there was a cameraman kind of dead on them the entire time.
So it's a little more real.
Exactly. So you're feeling a little more at ease while you're doing your questioning and answering. Yeah, interesting.
They did the set a lot like her house, though.
Exactly.
I read
made it like that.
She does do a lot of family dinners, and friends come over, and her house, she likes to cook and entertain. So I think that's cool that she did that. I do think the chemistry is definitely going to change with who she has on the show.
For sure.
And there was one point I thought on the show that Aisha Tyler was kind of hosting the show.
Yeah, she took control there for a second. She had some good questions.
Khloé was oh, man.
She don't like that.
She did not like that. I could tell.
Do you think Kendall's going to be on the show?
Not more
just
than
one
this, I would
episode.
assume.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. She might come back.
But going back to what you were saying about Kanye and, saying who should have won what award, we should get into, it was Snoop Dogg, and he was talking about the Oscar nominations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
there's this whole thing going around that there's, no black people that are, are nominated, or they were saying that everyone's too old.
Straight Outta Compton got snubbed. They were saying,
What do you guys think about that whole thing? Because I got something to say after.
I mean, I think that's a tough one. I mean, I think the Oscars are very they're formatted to be a certain way, and every year it's like a certain story is supposed to come out of it. So I don't think that the nominations are really as fair as they should be. I don't think they're given. Of course, there's very talented people, but there's a lot of overlooks.
Mm-hmm. I saw the hashtag that said, hashtag Oscars so white. And then I remember clicking it and reading about all the snubs. And, I kind of saw both points where there's only 20 or something slots, I believe. So it is a limited number of people that can kind of make the spots. So I get that it's very competitive and stuff like that. But yet again, there were a lot of great films that came out by black actors and filmmakers this year. I mean, Creed was great. So I feel bad for Michael B. Jordan since Sylvester Stallone got nominated again, but although that's pretty cool because I know he did get a nomination within a 30-year period or something like that, so he kind of got an extra accolade for having that within the same time period. So that's pretty impressive, but nonetheless, back to the issue, it definitely has got to be, more fair, more equal, but I did notice that the woman in charge of the Oscar committee, I will say, basically did notice that there was an oversight in that they do kind of want to be a little more fair in the future.
I mean, I've noticed some years there's a lot more African Americans, other ethnic groups that are nominated. It's a touchy.
It's such a touchy It's such a touchy subject, and I need to limit this because I could talk about it for hours. I am the least racist person. As a makeup artist, I work with all different skin tones and, nationalities. One of my best friends ever is black, and I'm really good friends with a girl that's Asian. And the thing is, I feel like white people are being, what is it called? Not stereotypicalized. That's not even a word. Being stereotyped. Jesus, guys. They're being stereotyped. I was walking down the street the other day, and this, an older black lady was you're such a dumb white cracker, blah, blah, blah.
What? Oh, boy.
You know what? It's frustrating because I'm not, and I'm going to have people, hating me for this, whatever. It really pisses me off because say it was the other way around, and a white person did that, it would be all hell break loose. And everyone...
News committees.
Riots on the streets.
Everyone just watched, and they, laughed. And you know what it is? We're so... put into this category of, all whites are like this. And I'm like, wait,
or privileged.
It's not fair. And you know what? It's not fair because there's a lot, blacks have a lot of perks. We have here Black Hollywood Live, there's no white Hollywood Live. I'm not saying I don't want that.
Right.
But they get perks for different things. And there's,
BET, for instance.
What if there was a white ET? I don't care. I really could. Good for them to have that. That doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is that they do have a lot of privileges, yet they turn it into that they don't. And I think that the Oscars, it
can be taken too far. I saw that whole video with Jada Pinkett Smith too, kind of boycotting the Oscars, and the woman who played Aunt Viv in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of counter, acted and said something back to her basically and just said, you're overreacting. Who cares about the Oscars? It's just an award show. Why are you being so vain, basically? Because who really cares at the end of the day? Yes, an Oscar is a great accomplishment and everyone should be so incredibly proud of that. But at the same time, it is kind of a materialistic, superficial thing that, it's not a life or death matter.
I think it's a political thing. I also think the Oscars are political, and it's what topic they... Honestly,
everything's political.
That could have even been for more publicity for the Oscars, and everyone's talking about it. So stuff I think is done for a certain reason.
Well, everything right now is all about racism. And it's racism. My God, tonight I'm not being able to talk. We didn't even drink.
That's a problem.
We're getting real serious. That's a problem. We're getting real serious. We'll get over this topic in a minute, but I think that it was all about racism back in the day. It was always, I'm not gonna lie, of course it was racist. I'm not gonna pretend it wasn't. But like now this day and age, I'm almost feeling like a minority. Like I feel like I'm put down a lot and I can't say anything about it because if I do, I'm racist. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, yada yada, whatever. I am not saying this because I'm like whites are better. Like I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is from my perspective, I feel less than a lot now. And I don't think it's fair. I think everyone wants to be equal, yet start acting like it. Everyone needs to start acting like it.
It can't be one on top of the other. We can't just switch sides. Any person, I feel like it's just silly to me that you can't have one person on the top, one person on the bottom. We really all should just be equal.
I agree, and I think women and men too, like all around, like straight and gay, like all around, like total. Everyone should be equal.
So I said I work with so many different people. I work with transgenders, gays, lesbians, black people, Asians. Like I am the most open to that, and it's very frustrating when someone that doesn't know me, and it's happened multiple times, says that, and it's like I would never judge anybody ever. It's the color of your skin, like it's ridiculous. It's just so stupid. Like we're all equal. It really pisses me off. And I'm not saying there's not white racists. I just think that this day and age there's racism in every nationality. It's not just white and black anymore.
I completely
every nationality.
agree. And to piggyback off that, isn't it interesting that Snoop Dogg came on tonight, considering there was a little bit of beef between Snoop Dogg and the Kardashian family after he basically called Caitlyn Jenner a science project in a previous tweet, basically where he was comparing the accomplishments of Caitlyn to Akon, who had just sold this, water, some type of water thing to a foreign country and just did this really great thing. While I commend him for doing that, I also do feel bad that Caitlyn was called a science project. So, but it was interesting.
Before or after the show?
This was before, and they already hashed it out. There was an apology.
Yeah, he went and said, like, Caitlyn looks amazing in all her photos, blah, 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 blah. I read a little bit about this.
Yeah.
He pretty much tore.
Yeah, and I felt like that was cool that they were able to kind of, mend that friendship because really he probably didn't mean to say that.
No, I don't think Snoop was like serious. Like he doesn't seem, he doesn't strike me as like a hateful.
No,
like, so I'm gonna start a beef.
He might have just smoked and went to social media.
It's just really rude. I don't know if I would never say that. That's like, cause she's not a science project. Like it's just ridiculous. Oh, I don't know, but I hope that they have a lot of different people coming on, for the next episodes. Like I want to see so many different people. I want to see some transgenders. Like I want to see everything.
I wonder if Caitlyn will be on the show.
I really think
so. She has to.
Yeah, that would come on.
She's going to be like the finale. They're going to build up to that.
Yeah, so let's do some predictions. Who do you guys think who's going to be on the show? Like, do you have anybody that you want to see or any, like, what are you thinking? Caitlyn, you said
Caitlyn. I wouldn't mind seeing Kylie and Tyga on there, considering they've kind of had this public relationship, and they should just go on and talk about it. I mean, people have been talking about it for a long time now, so just,
I know that it's a little, I know this season it's not going to happen, but I would love to see Lamar come on the show. And the show, and I mean, the show actually got pushed back to airing because the whole situation with Lamar and how Khloé's been with him and taking care of him. And but I would love to see him come on the show and kind of see him tell his story, and her to do his first like public interview after that because he's done an interview.
I know.
I'd like to see Kendall and my boy Harry Styles. Even though I'd be so jealous, I just want to see that beautiful face on there. But I am so excited for this season, guys. I feel like it's going to be so fun. We have a little surprise for next week with our wine, and we got something fun to do. But thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned for next episode next week. Bye. Oh no, we gotta say goodbye.
Give us our social media information. Okay, my name once again is Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
And my name is Laila Sadny. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Laila Sadny.
And I'm Justine, and you can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3 and on Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine, where you want to see all that fun makeup stuff. But see you guys next time. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.